Ryan Tannehill in a press conference after they drafted Malik Willis in the third round. My favorite quarterback of this draft, the one with the highest upside, was basically asked about mentoring Malik Willis and how he would go about that. And he basically responded like, that's not my job. That's not my job. I'm paid so many millions of dollars to be an average at best quarterback, but that's certainly not my job to mentor the quarterback behind me. Why would I do that? Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on this. Like, first of all, even if you feel that way, Ryan Tannehill, why would you say that in a press conference? I know a lot of people appreciate honesty, but it's backfiring completely. Like, you don't say in a press conference, I'm not going to mentor that guy. Screw him. I hope our offensive coordinator and coaching staff can help him. But otherwise, that's not my job. My job's to win here. In the same press conference, you talk about how hard you took the loss last year in the AFC playoffs. Okay? You lost against the Bengals, late loss where you threw a pick late. No offense, but a lot of offense because you're offensive. You're not that good at quarterback, and that's why they drafted this guy, and that's why your butt hurt about it. But listen, I just don't understand why you would say it. And even if you do feel like you're not going to help him, don't say it in a press conference because then it's a nothing burger. The moment you say it is the moment you're ruined. And the moment that we realize you're scared. You're scared of this guy. And now you made it awkward. You talked about how hard you took the loss. Well, guess what? If you're about the team, if you're about winning a Super Bowl, guess what? You want every piece of that team to be successful. You want every piece of that team to be successful. You tore your ACL one year. You hurt your shoulder one year and missed 5 games in Miami. This is all with Miami, but guess what? You could get hurt. And what happens if you get hurt? Malik Willis comes in. And maybe he has to cover for you for a few games, and there's a playoff spot on the line. You don't want him to be ready to give you one last, maybe 2 last shots at a Super Bowl win on your own before he takes over inevitably because you're terrified, as you should be, because you're not that good. And that's the storyline. You're not that good of a quarterback. You're more successful because your coach is Mike Vrabel. He's phenomenal. Your defense played really well. You had Derrick Henry a lot. Obviously, he got hurt the second half of the year, but then that showed up in the playoffs, and you guys were a disaster against the Bengals. You're scared. You're scared. What does it hurt? How hard is it you don't have to be a mentor. You don't have to devote all your time to mentoring this guy. But if he asks you a question, are you not going to answer that and try and help the man? Are you not going to be appreciative? Like, all you have to be is a decent human being. Just like you're a decent quarterback. Decent is the operative word there. Just be a decent human being. Help him out. Listen, I'm not saying the only onus is on Ryan Tannehill. Malik Willis can learn, pay attention, and has to prove himself and work his ass off and listen without you telling him anything. He needs to study you. He needs to study your habits. And if he studies your habits and learns your habits, and he clearly has a higher ceiling than you do, and that's your whole issue. But if that's your whole issue, again, don't say it in a press conference. Say, yeah, I'm here. I'm excited for him to. You've already made an awkward quarterback room. I think back to Patrick Mahomes as a Chiefs fan and how much he talked about Alex Smith being an absolutely phenomenal mentor. Did Alex Smith need to do that? Should Alex Smith have done that? No, not necessarily. But he did it because he's just a decent human being. It's like, it's what you do. You try and help people, especially people on your team for your general cause to success. You went to therapy. You said in the same presser, it makes me so mad, that you went to therapy after you lost this season. But you're not going to make sure that a guy that's under you is ready to go in case you miss games because you're scared of your money, of your success. It's all about you. Is that the leader? This is why you're not successful. This is why you haven't won shit. First cuss word, by the way, is because you care about you, Ryan Tannehill. And props to you. You have a great life. You've been a decent quarterback. You've made a lot of money, and you have an incredibly attractive wife. So congratulations. You don't have to do shit for Malik Willis. But what this screams to me is Tennessee made the absolute right decision by picking Malik Willis when they did. Because you're not that dude. You're not that guy. You never will be. And you failed even after the test by saying what you did about not helping this dude out. Just being like a normal human. It makes me so mad. You suck, Ryan Tannehill. The world knows you suck. You know you suck. And that's all I had to say about that.
Wow, there you got it. Scotty A. Smith coming in hot.